Yes, children, you heard that many times. Children are the best salespersons in the world. And I heard that in many trainings. Trainers usually say that to encourage you as a trainee to ask for the sale, to keep asking, to keep contacting people and so forth. And that's the main key, that children are not shy of asking for what they want. However, what I discovered that actually those trainers fail to emphasize as a huge distinction. It is a distinction between being childish and being playful. Because you see, children, when you think of it, children are playful. I mean, they are happy playing with whatever, with no end in mind. I mean, you buy them a beautiful toy and they keep playing for hours with the box because it's shiny and nice colored. And the moment when you make their game about winning, they quickly lose interest, if you noticed. And the reason why they lose interest is because you just turned their play into work. That is, instead of playing with no end in mind and just enjoying the activity in and of itself, out of intrinsic doing it out of intrinsic motivation, now you turn that activity into having an outcome. And if you don't reach that outcome, that means they lost the game. And since they cannot control the outcome, that instills fear. So here you go. You just turn their play into work and you destroy the playfulness. Also, another huge distinction about selling, about keeping asking. You see, if you pay attention to those children when they ask, every time they ask, they do it as if it is for the first time. They carry no grudge from your previous refusals into this asking. It is just as if it is for the first time, and that's presence. That's not carrying the past into what happens now. Because you know very well when they start a tantrum and they start being grudgy and yelling and screaming, they stop to be funny, isn't it? They're not funny anymore, are they? Okay? So that's basically the way I see the distinction between being childish, which basically it is an immature, disrespectful, without consideration type of interaction, where you basically actively and purposefully step onto the feelings of the person in front of you. You know very well that they're going to be offended or they're not going to like it, but you go about it anyway just because this is your agenda. And basically, as a metaphor, a little bit exaggerated, but you're a little bit like a bulldozer, cutting through the forest. In this sense, you don't care about what they think, something like that. Whereas being playful, it's a state of presence. It's a state of connection with the person you're talking with. It's a state of awareness and alertness. You're always connected with the person in front of you, and you won't do something wrong on them, like hurting their feelings, for instance, not because you are afraid of that, but simply because you know, and you start from a place where you know that they are you and you are them, and you're not going to hurt them just because you're going to hurt you inadvertently. So this is what I believe it is, the huge distinction between being childish and asking for the sale as a child from a state of playfulness. Think about that when you go about contacting somebody. Just do it out of a state of connection, knowing that they are you and you're going towards them because they are you, but you're not going to do anything against them. If they show any sign of resistance, then you're going to respect that, and you're going to just back off, just because you respect them as you'd respect yourself. I believe that one and all, I believe that something that which sums it up really, really nicely, it is do unto others what you would like to be done unto you. And when you start from this type of attitude, you cannot but win. I'm waiting for your comments. Take good care.